This episode of MMA Nuts is brought to you by Freshly, chef-cooked healthy meals delivered to your door. Use code MIX40 to get $40 off your meal plan. Liquid Web, one of the best hosting providers around. Get 50% off hosting for 3 months with code MMA50OFF. GhostBed, the bigger, better mattress. Get $100 off a mattress with code MMA19. Smart Home is one of the world's largest home automation retailers. Get $20 off $100 or more with code TAKE20OFF. Defense Soap, the ultimate soap for wrestlers, jiu-jitsu, and MMA athletes. With the new peppermint oil bars and shower gel. Use code MMA Nuts for 15% off. Hey fans, this is MMA Nuts, episode 425.
425!
My name's Ingo Weigel.
Back with the show by fans, for fans, walking the line between serious and ridiculous. What's going on?
Matt, you know what is ridiculous?
What?
Snow in April.
Fuck that snow.
Late April. We had a blizzard here a couple days ago.
Yeah, it's all day snow. I said it would snow in May. We're almost there.
And it has now been raining for like 2 days, and it's going to continue to rain.
Yeah, everything's getting canceled. Track meets, soccer meets, you name it.
This time of year in the Midwest sucks balls. The only thing that's worse is like January, February.
Ooh, I almost said something racist.
What were you going to say?
I don't know. Nothing.
Okay. But,
What?
that being said, we do still have MMA.
We do.
Courtesy of ESPN Plus and the Zone.
Yeah, we had 2 events this week competing on Saturday night. First off, I want to say fuck Dominic Cruz. Not a fan.
Like literally?
Yeah, literally.
Okay.
Mr. Hyperbole, Mr. Facsimile, Mr. just, I don't even know what I'm talking about, but I think I know more about what I'm talking about than that guy knows what he's talking about. Does that make sense?
Does he commentate like he fights?
Yeah. That's what it is. I
Jerky?
think he might be on the EPO too.
Herky jerky. Maybe he fucks like that too. He's like, all like women are like, what are you doing? Come in. I'm out. I'm left.
I'm over
right.
here. You don't
I'm
see
behind
me.
you now.
Now I'm hitting it.
Oh.
No, I'm not.
Now I'm jumping over your head. Herky jerky. Here I come.
Yeah, he's like a Sith Lord. He's talking in absolutes, and I have a problem with that. During the Jacare versus Hermannson fight, they almost died in there.
Okay.
What are you talking? This isn't fucking cage fight to the death, you asshole.
Yep.
Then the Perry versus Oliveria fight. He's like, this is along these lines. This is a great technical showcase from these guys. It's like watching Yoel Romero, man. I don't know what's gonna happen.
Wow.
Like, dude, slow your roll. What the fuck are you talking about? You're not getting a technical battle between Perry. Mike Perry and technical do not go together, brother.
No, stand and bang.
Fucking shit,
Maybe
man.
he drank a bunch of Red Bull by accident and he's all wired up.
I don't know, but his analysis was way off on whatever. It's like Rogan, you know, when he watches a fight. This is the best fight I've ever seen. Oh my God.
Every fight.
Every fight. So he's starting to get some of those
Okay.
habits and traits, and it's not good.
Okay.
So we'll talk about Mike Perry versus Cowboy Oliveria. First off, they have a dance-off pre-fight. So Mike Perry's in the cage, and Oliveira's coming out, and he starts dancing in the middle of the cage. Crowd's erupting for his dance moves and whatever.
Salsa? Little merengue?
I don't even know what it was. I wish I could post it. I don't think I can.
I'd like to learn how to salsa dance. Maybe I should
Sure.
hit him up.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I would say Mike Perry looked pretty sharp out there. He ended up getting a win. He was a lot of counters, a lot of power shots, and this was like a little bit of back and forth, you know?
Yeah.
And I don't know what was going on with Cowboy Oliveria. He's smiling the whole fight. Like, he's getting lit up and rocked. He's just like, so happy, almost like Junior Dos Santos happy.
Maybe he was a little punch drunk.
Mm-hmm. And then Mike Perry goes on to call out Colby Covington. So I'm okay with this.
Sure.
As long as Colby doesn't take him down nonsensically. Then you had Greg Hardy versus some Russian dude, Smolyakov.
Something with an off.
Yeah, and the Mr. Off didn't want to fight, and he pretty much ran the entire fight. And then Greg Hardy hit him at some point, and the guy kind of just turtled on the ground, and I think Dana White was calling this Russian dude out. What the fuck are you doing?
Yep.
Shouldn't be in here. Yep. Afterwards, Hardy says, I'm the fight sports athlete version of what Michael Jordan could be. This guy is also a domestic abuser, by the way.
I'm not sure what he
Side
means
note.
by that.
I don't know.
I believe Michael Jordan also was in that arena.
The domestic abuser?
And gambling and all kinds of things. Not sure. What does he mean by that?
I don't know. You've had 1, 2, 3, 4. I think he's had 5 total fights.
Mm-hmm.
3-1, 4-1, something like that. He got DQ'd in his last fight. And this was basically just, here's a can that kind of wants to fight, but not really, and smash and walk away. We go to the main event. Jacare Souza versus Jack Hermannson, who stepped in on short notice.
Yes.
Hermannson basically walked away with this fight. I think he had all the rounds except round 3. And it was weird because here's a guy who's finally using length. Steph looks at Stefan Struve. And accuracy, where he wasn't throwing 100%. Kind of like the Nate Diaz, where it's like pat, but it's accurate. And then power when you need it.
Yeah.
And then he was also initiating, like he had locked in an arm-in guillotine in the first round.
Against
Looked
Jacare?
tight, yes.
Oh, wow.
Super tight. And Jacare fought out of it. And then the second round, he also went for a takedown. So he wasn't afraid to grapple with Jacare, which was pretty impressive. But a lot of cardio and output from him. I forgot how many. I think he threw 500 strikes or damn near close to that.
It's got to be close to a record.
Compared to Jacare's 200 or something.
That's crazy.
So he looked damn good. I think he was ranked 10 and Jacare was number 4. And I don't know if this is Jacare is 39. Jacare is taking a fight on short notice against someone he probably doesn't know anything about. He just looked way off. Like, I don't even want to be here. I'm just collecting a paycheck.
Possibly.
So that was weird. And then we go over to the Bellator.
Bellator, yes, sir.
We had Rory MacDonald and Jon Fitch. And Jon Fitch is Jon Fitch.
Majority draw, yes?
Yeah. And
did you agree with this?
I'm not super upset. But the judges, one judge scored it for Fitch, and the other 2 had it as a draw. I had it 3-1 going into the 5th round for MacDonald.
Okay.
I could see the argument for a 10-8 for Fitch. I wouldn't score it a 10-8. So I thought it was 3 rounds to 2, Rory MacDonald.
Okay.
So Rory, I'm trying to think which way I want to go with that.
You're talking about his comments after the
fight? I just want to say Fitch was going for takedowns like his life depended on it. It's like, I don't want to fight too much. And Rory had him rocked a couple times. But then afterwards, here's what Rory had to say in the cage, and I think I can play this out loud, so give me a second.
Listening.
I landed some good stuff in there, but I don't know, something is just, it's hard to sometimes pull the trigger now, I guess. I don't have that killer inside. I don't know, it's really hard to explain, but I hesitate a little bit now. I don't know what to say. It wasn't my best performance.
Are you feeling that as you get older and you have more things happening in your life, that you're changing as a fighter?
Yeah, as a man, I feel like God has really called me the last little while, and I don't know. He's changed my spirit, changed my heart, and it takes a certain spirit to come in here and put a man through pain and stuff. And I just don't know if I have that same drive to hurt people anymore. I don't know what it is, but it's confusing. But I know the Lord has something in store for me. But He was speaking to me in here tonight, and I don't know. It's a different feeling.
Well, how do you feel? You know your next matchup is soon. You're going to come back right away against Neiman Gracie. How are you feeling as far as getting back in this cage, basically in a month and a half?
I have to get out of here and reevaluate. We'll see what happens. Tonight there was a mix of emotions in there. I landed some good stuff, but there was something different.
All right, well, congratulations on moving.
So, little weird afterwards. Does that make you think he's retiring, or?
I don't know. I think that he's a thinker. We all know that. Like Rory, he's always been. And I feel like
cerebral.
Very cerebral. And I feel like maybe he's on some sort of spiritual journey the last couple of years, and he hit some kind of point here where he's questioning his path. And I can respect that. I feel like he certainly shouldn't be fighting if that's what's going through his head. I don't know that's safe for him to be in the cage with that kind of attitude.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? He could get seriously hurt. Yeah. So they announced the fight like in a month and a half, right? Something crazy like that?
Month and a half. And then he doubled down on his comments. I think today, this is a little lengthy, so I'll try to read it fast. He says, I want to take the time to thank everybody who had the chance to see my fight last weekend and share the candid moment I had in a Bellator cage with John McCarthy. I felt an internal struggle during the fight I never experienced before. I've always enjoyed my time in the cage by expressing my techniques in full-out combat against another top-level fighter, but this time I wasn't enjoying it. Felt more like a job than satisfaction. I am used to feeling by being dominant and applying what I've practiced to defeat someone. Even during my dominant moments, I felt I was completing a task, and these feelings were a bit confusing to me because it's new. I used to fight with anger I held within myself from pain I had experienced in my past. To be honest, I believe this comes from my heart changing as I'm walking a new life as a Christian. Uh-oh. The Lord has given me peace and freedom from the pain that haunted me in my heart from my younger years. Is he talking about the Lord of Light? Side note.
No.
Hold that thought. I would from winning fights until the feeling would resonate in me again. So now I don't feel the same emotions I have in the past while competing. I still and will always have a passion for martial arts and do not believe as a Christian that it's wrong for myself to compete in a professional sport that is violent. In fact, I'm happy to testify about being a Christian on this platform I've been given. To be clear, I'm not retiring from my professional MMA career. I've always been true and honest in the sport, and I spoke from the heart. As for my career at the moment, I'm going to move forward in this tournament and compete boldly against Neiman Gracie in New York at Madison Square Garden on June 14th. Thank you for your support and all the kind messages I've received after this sentimental moment I had for all to see after 14 years of being in the sport. Okay, what the fuck?
I get where he's coming from.
Process.
Yeah, I think we're watching him make the sausage. Is what it is, and it's confusing.
Making the sausage.
So most people would keep half of probably 80% of what he said to themselves, right?
I think he probably should have kept 80%.
But he's choosing to voice this out in a public forum, and I can respect that. I sense a lot of doubt in his words, and a lot of indecision maybe too, kind of not sure where his future lies. But at the end, I do feel like he's going to come into this fight, and I think he's going to destroy Gracie, honestly, but I also hear him saying that he doesn't have that. I think a lot of these guys, maybe with the exception of a guy like Mousasi, who just looks like he's fucking has no feelings when he goes in the cage. He's just like cold-blooded.
Yeah.
They do have a chip on their shoulder from certain things that may have happened in their life, and it sounds like he worked that shit out by becoming a Christian or something. So now it's confusing because the thing that was fueling his MMA is not there anymore, and he's trying to figure out, well, can this new thing still make me successful? I don't know, so.
But Yoel Romero has no problem being the soldier of God. Why can't Rory MacDonald?
Well, he's evolving. He
needs time. I think you should call Yoel Romero. And they should hang out. Maybe we trade.
Yeah, he needs some time to get there. He's in a transition point, so it's
no,
confusing.
forget Jesus!
It's confusing. He's going from anger. It's like going from the dark to the light, and he's in the gray area right now, and he's like...
he's going to sort it out in about, 40 days, right before his next fight.
Exactly. He'll be okay.
I fear for his safety. I don't... If I'm Bellator, I'm pulling him the fuck out of this tournament.
You think so?
Or delaying that fight. There's no way you let this fucking guy fight. If he's on the fence, is what it sounds like, of retiring, and then if you take into account fucking all the facial reconstruction surgery and Robbie Lawler fights, and then just getting handled by Gegard and Mousasi, probably questioning his decisions being a fighter. And then you get into this fight, and I think part of the problem is too, it's a Jon Fitch fight, right? So you're not getting a satisfying fight.
No.
And you're just kind of like, what am I doing in here? So Jon Fitch is literally killing the sport and potentially retiring Rory MacDonald. So another reason to like the guy.
Without even beating him.
Right.
So, it's weird.
Majority draw. Didn't BJ Penn and Jon Fitch majority draw, if I remember correctly?
I think so. That was a fight where BJ came out and took him down.
Like, wait, what? Like, how do you beat the man? You take him down. That's right. The best offense.
That was one strategy BJ had that actually worked. Outside of that weird sideways boxing thing he was doing. So, Okay. Well, to be determined. I think you're onto something. There's a good chance this fight may not happen in a month and a half.
I think it shouldn't happen. I thought this was a card that had everybody big on it too. Like Chael Sonnen's on it.
Yep.
Dylan Dennis, Heather Hardy. Oh, there's someone else. Lyoto Machida. I think Chael's fighting Lyoto on that one.
Yeah. Oh shit! I don't have the whole card. Oh yeah. Ben Henderson's on the. Oh no, that just happened. Never mind. My bad. Looking at the wrong thing.
That's hard.
Anyways, carry on.
Didn't you have some breaking news? Breaking news! Breaking news!
Breaking news! Did I have some breaking news?
Something. Brock Lesnar apparently retired, according to Dana White. Daniel Cormier is going to run it back with Stipe Miocic. Why?
Don't know, but it's going to happen. Brock's out of the pool. I'm sure he's been like flagged for all kinds of things. He's like, I'm out.
Yeah. We got to retire.
Should we call Caprito? Caprito, I know you know things.
Right.
Right.
Well, I didn't want to see that DC and Brock Lesnar fight. I'd rather see him fight Miocic again and beat the fuck out of him even more.
Sure.
I think there's more interesting fights at heavyweight than Miocic again. And if you're Cormier, do you really even want that fight at this point?
Lesnar?
No, I mean, if you don't get the Lesnar fight, do you really want the Miocic fight?
No, what's the point?
Right.
I'm not making big money off that.
Unless your goal is to lose the belt and give it back. Like, is that your goal?
There's only one fight. There's two fights. There's either Lesnar or Jones. Those are the two.
Jones at heavyweight.
Yeah. Those are the two. For Cormier, that makes sense financially, I think. Everything else is like, who gives a shit?
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like this Miocic fight.
I'm with
I'd
you.
rather, who do I not like at heavyweight? Who do I want to see?
We don't like anybody at heavyweight. Fuck them all. Do we still like Mark Hunt?
Yeah, but I don't know if he's going to fight in the UFC anymore.
Probably not.
Let's see. I'm going to pull up this ref.
Go to news? What are we doing?
Yeah. Do you see anything wrong with how the ref handles this situation? So there's two guys squaring off. One guy gets dropped. A ref swarms in on the guy that got downed. The guy that got downed is trying to take the ref down. The ref is defending a takedown, locks up a guillotine, and keeps squeezing, and chokes the guy unconscious and walks away with a smile.
Yeah, that's not okay. Something is wrong with that situation. That doesn't look like protecting fighter safety.
No, and I'm assuming this isn't in anywhere in the United States. I'm assuming we're in
Russia.
I can't read the organization, but
yeah, I mean, I know it's a funny thing when that happens, but I've seen videos like that where the ref lets himself get taken down.
Yeah,
and keep talking to the guy like, hey, it's over. Like, I'm the ref. Like, you can hear. You don't choke the guy out. I mean, he wasn't
and there was even a point there. You've defended the takedown enough. You could just defend the takedown.
Right.
You don't have to lock a guillotine up and choke the guy the fuck out.
No.
And if I'm the corner, I'm probably gonna beat the fuck out of that ref.
Yeah, I wouldn't be happy.
I would jump him. Period.
So the fighter got KO'd and guillotined.
Right. And I think that was the joke. Who tweeted this one out? It was funny MMA. It's like, you ever see someone go 0-2 on the same night? There you go.
Yeah. That's pretty crazy.
Fucked up.
All right, switching gears.
Yep.
Conor McGregor is proper number 12. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Pushing whiskey sales, Irish whiskey sales in the U.S. past 1 billion for the first time.
What does it say? Like what percent he's making up of
it
that?
says it was a 12% increase in sales from year to year. Jameson remains the most sold Irish whiskey in the U.S., but their sales have slowed down in the past year.
Mm-hmm.
And it just says a big boost of it is the proper 12. It doesn't really give detailed numbers, other than there's been a huge increase. So if there's a 12% increase and Jameson sales are down, my guess is that Conor McGregor's got 20, 30% of the market already.
So we're at 200 million, 300 million then.
Something like that. I mean, even around here, I don't know about you guys out there, but in Chicago, there's trucks all over with this fucking proper 12 on it. I see it all over the place. Bars have it now, I still need to, that's what I need to do. I need to try it. I know we got a bottle.
Just take a bottle then.
No, I don't want to drink that. Let's save it. Keep it. It's a memento. We'll go to a bar and have a shot and just see if it's any good. So It must be good if people are drinking the shit out of it.
Well, I think it's both. It's the Conor McGregor influence.
And that's
I
possibly
think it's the Conor McGregor
possibly
influence.
tasty whiskey. I'm going to
Yeah.
try it. I don't like Irish whiskey, but I'll give it a shot.
I don't think I ever was a fan of whiskey.
I like American whiskey.
You see the new Woodley Lawler 2 poster, and why do we have a downhill skier versus a guy riding a tricycle? I don't understand the posing here. What are we doing?
It's very weird. They're both similarly posed in different styles. So strange. Okay.
Very aggressive.
Super aggressive.
I wonder if he's standing right behind him too, and his fists, like Woodley's fists, are in front of Lawler. And then, again, another fight I don't really care to see. Already saw it.
Yeah, not that exciting. All right. Paulo Costa and coach suspended by USADA for unauthorized IV use at 2 events. Hear about this? 2.
I thought it was just one. I
2.
didn't know.
Yep. On June 2nd, 2017, he received IV infusions of permitted substances, including saline, beyond 100 milliliters, which is apparent in a 12-hour period, which is apparently the limit. And then also on November 3rd, again, same thing, beyond 100 milliliters per 12-hour period after the weigh-in. Apparently, IV and some kind of stomach thing. I'm assuming cutting lots of weight fucks up your stomach, probably. So, but 6 months.
Did it say, was it the athletic commission that caught him, or was this a USADA?
They have video. They have video, and USADA saw the video. So, they have visual proof of him doing this stuff. So.
And then the other thing I had heard from this story is that he had given USADA significant information, something along those lines. Remember when John Jones tested positive for whatever, and they said, oh, he got a reduced sentence because he gave us significant information?
Yeah.
Same thing with Costa.
Both,
So I don't know
both sanctions were reduced based on substantial assistance the Costas provided to USADA. And apparently he already served the time, so... These things crack me up
So
because
stupid.
it's like, why are they doing this?
Just stop testing, because here's what we do. Oh, we caught someone, we suspended them 6 months.
Ago.
Right.
And now they're free to
they can
fight.
fight again.
Yeah.
Unless you're TJ Dillashaw.
Right. Then you're fucked.
Right.
Nobody likes him. That's probably why.
True. I forgot what someone was saying about him. Like how inefficient his style was, but just because, was it the EPO in his system that made him so inefficient? Because think about how much movement he had.
Good point. Good point.
Like, I hear you. Here's your obligatory Paige Van Zandt pitch for the week. Just a simple shot.
Oh, good Lord. Those are some
All fake.
nice bazongas. All right.
What's you got?
Well, I got some
Go ahead.
darker news. Retired Renato Sobral believes he's showing signs of CTA. Babalu, yep. He said over time, basically, he learned how to fight, he learned how to make money, but he didn't learn much about how to manage his life and how to manage how he fights. And today he says he can't walk in a straight line. He lost sight of his left eye. He has no balance. When he's in a jiu-jitsu tournament or in training, if he feels that my balance, it feels like the balance is normal again, but it's complicated. It's a day-to-day thing. So he's basically kind of fucked up from all the battles he's had. And it doesn't sound good, prognosis. He's got some kids who I think we're looking into doing Vale Tudo, and he's like, nope, don't fucking do it. Nope, not going to let you. I think that's smart. Probably a smart move.
Yeah, but can someone get on the CTE thing and figure some shit out? It's not going away, and it's only getting worse.
Yeah.
And then there's just more domestic violence, and then this is the thing I always struggle with. I don't condone the domestic abuse and violence, but what the fuck do you expect from these guys when they have the CTE? And that's never in the conversation. It's always, this guy's just a straight up piece of shit. Like, well, you have to understand that he's also not the same person he was before fighting. So there's some other shit going on. I just need people to fix it, because it's only getting worse.
It is.
And if they say they don't get a fix in this, I'll equate this to hockey, right? So look at fighting in the NHL. It's the lowest it's been in fucking 30 years. I want to say it's like 16% chance to have a fight during a game.
Wow.
And, 20, 30 years ago, it was 50, maybe 60% chance you're going to have a fight, if not multiple fights in a game. But I think that's, well, hockey is a little bit of two things. One, I think it's the CTE and people are getting wiser to it. And then two, it's just a faster game and you don't have an enforcer anymore. So it's kind of a double-edged sword over there. But I'm starting to wonder too, are we going to get to the point where you may have someone that could be the best athlete in the world at that sport, but because of a CTE thing, they don't go down that path anymore. So now we're going to start losing talent to like maybe a tennis or a baseball, something less impactful, a golf, something gay.
I've heard the steroid use in golf is pretty prominent.
Well, look at Tiger Woods. You telling me that guy's not all juiced up to the tits?
Yeah.
You can't have a fucking, I don't know how many year career, 20-plus year career, I think, in any sport, without being on something.
Yeah. Well, it's happened in football quite a few times already where guys are retired at the peak of their careers, especially receivers and shit. Can't think of the name. The last guy that recently retired a couple of years back, he's only like 29. He's like, I'm done. I'm good.
Well, I think that's a smart move, though, too.
Yeah.
They get paid pretty well.
Yep.
Well, all the other sports, I think the minimum is $500,000. I don't know if football, don't you get guaranteed money, too?
Yes.
Where
You do,
happens,
and then there's
you get
bonus
your
money. So I think the most of the guys make 500, 600,000,
Yeah.
even the bench warmers and stuff. So you're making $5-10 million a year, 5-6 years, 7 years. Get in, get out, be done.
And hopefully they're smart with the money, because I would say 9 times out of 10, like, how many of those guys are bankrupt and
Lots of them.
MC Hammered?
MC Hammer.
I want a little MC Hammered, like fucking run across the set.
They have that on Instagram, I think, when you make a post.
Oh, yeah?
The MC Hammer thing.
Oh, fucking cool.
Yeah.
See? I'm ahead of the times, but behind the times.
Something.
100% of the time. Let's do some tweet of the week.
Yeah.
Look at TJ Dillashaw's new look.
Oh, he's got a mustache.
Going for the porn rape stash.
Interesting.
Got that going
I
on.
wonder why he's growing that.
Needs a new career, Ingo. 2 years
Doesn't
out.
go into porn.
And then the Carolina Hurricanes had just beat the Washington Capitals. The Washington Capitals had tweeted out, "We must defend what is ours." And Carolina tweets out, "Bend the knee." Like, that's savage.
That's awesome.
That's so savage. So, like, oh, playoff hockey.
Yeah, it's the best.
You got any other news?
I do not. I'm out.
All right, let's move along. Let's do some AskTheNuts. Oh, I think we did this one recently. Change one fight in MMA history. And I'm going to kind of tweak it and go to a fight I would have liked to have seen.
Uh-huh.
Is that UFC 151 that never happened? I think that was TRT Henderson versus John Jones.
Yes.
I would have liked to have seen that one.
Okay. I think that could have ended surprisingly.
Well, I think, I'd say 9 times out of 10, Henderson's landing that H-bomb on people.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to see how would have Jones handled it. Because which fight was that he landed it? Oh, it was the Jake Shields. Dan Henderson, Jake Shields, right?
Oh.
Where he fucking about murdered him in the first round. Like, I think he dropped him 17 times from H-bombs.
That was Bell.
And then,
was that Bell? No, it's
Strike Force.
Yeah.
And then Shields just weathered the storm for the first round, and then, like, slowly the tide turned, and then he ended up winning. But
Yep.
And I think that was the same thing when he fought Bisping the second time, right? He dropped him a couple times, but Bisping weathered the storm, and that's non-TRT Hendo, but TRT Henderson, right? No one talks about that guy.
Dangerous, very dangerous.
Like Vitor TRT.
Yeah.
So is there a fight you'd like to change in MMA history besides BJ Penn, GSP 2?
Nah. Well, I wouldn't mind changing I forgot who we fought. BJ Penn with the fucked up boxing style. I don't really want to see that. That kind of ruined his legacy for me. But I think more than I'm going to go down your route, and I still would have loved to see Brock Lesnar versus Fedor when it was
Fedor would have lit him up.
Yeah, I think so. But I would have liked to see it.
Sure.
Because
that speed.
They never did it. So it would have been awesome to see what would happen. You never know. Brock could have got on top and shit could have got crazy.
Yeah, but his willingness to not get hit, that was always Brock's problem. You know, you hit him once, and he turns and turtles and runs away.
He does. But Fedor is all big. It's like Henderson is all right hand, so he loads up that fucking crazy ass right hand.
Not left hook you.
Maybe. Maybe. He's got the sambo or something. You never know. But I would have liked to see that.
I hear ya. Donald J. Turd on Twitter asks, what do you think is going on here with Reverend Rory? I think the Lord of Light has got his
finger up his ass.
He's being the puppet master, as we see.
I wonder, is he married? Is he having? Maybe he's having a baby, and he's like.
I think he needs to get some more avocados.
Cut his fingers up.
The knife through his hand again.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's weird, right? I mean,
a man can have a change of heart. It's okay. Shouldn't be fighting if that's the case, but
no. If you don't want to hurt, well, you could also change your fighting style. Because I'm kind of getting the impression he doesn't want to hurt people anymore. Well, then start submitting them, and that's an option.
Sure.
Put that in your arsenal, or go more to it. Because it looked like during that Fitch fight too, he could have triangled them. Because there's sometimes you're in those weird scrambles. And the triangle's right there, but he didn't take it. Mm-hmm. But you're in that position where you just lock it.
Yeah.
But you got to be looking for it. And he's just not looking for it.
No.
So, I don't know. I think he should take probably another year. Maybe he should do a GSP walk away from the sport kind of thing for a little bit. Relinquish the title.
Get his mind right. He's still young.
He's 29. That's what's ridiculous. Mm-hmm. 29.
He's been fighting like 12 years or something, right? Yeah.
It seems like he's been fighting forever. And I think he finally got paid, because I want to say his last fight in the UFC, he made under 100,000, might have been 85, 65 or 85. And I think for this one he made 200,000. Mm-hmm. So he's finally starting to get paid, but now doesn't want to fight. I don't know. It's weird. Jared Christensen asks, there's been a handful of veteran fighters that have been accused of spousal abuse recently, such as BJ Penn, Matt Hughes, and Tony Ferguson. Are these signs of CTE? Will the UFC see a rash of war machine type incidents in the future?
I think yes and yes. Definitely.
Unfortunately.
Shit's going to get more and more crazy as these guys age. Yeah, I don't see good things happening.
Yeah, and I would bet there's probably so much more of it right now. But the women in whoever's lives aren't pressing charges.
Yeah, probably not.
But I think this also feeds itself. So now as you start to see more and more people pressing, getting restraining orders, it's going to get bigger and bigger. I don't know what the percentage is, and I don't even want to take a stab, but fuck. Is it 10%? 20?
Probably higher, yeah.
But how much do you actually hear about? Maybe 1%.
Yeah, not much.
Right. Until it gets to the war machine or like a dangerous level. That's when you hear about it.
Exactly.
It's fucked up. Follow up from Jaron. He's asking you, who will win the Game of Thrones? Spoilers! If you haven't watched episode 3,
I
listen.
said to you a week or two ago, I said, I think my theory is, I don't know if I said it on the show, that they're going to win the battle, which, spoiler alert, they did. And then the end of the story is they're all just going to go back to killing each other because it's the Game of Thrones, and that's how it's going to end. They're just going to kill each other over that throne. I don't know who's going to win. I think they all lose.
I think the White Walkers win. I don't think they're done. I think they're coming back. I think
so?
there's a sleeper cell out there. I think Bran is a White Walker. Sleeper cell.
Ooh, that's a theory. What if Bran's move is he had to kill them off in order to take power? So he used the people to kill them off, and now he can rule the land.
Because couldn't he just warg into anybody?
Apparently.
Right. So he could just have people kill each other, kill themselves.
Yeah, that was pretty badass. What an episode. I'm curious to see what's going to happen. Sounds like shit's about to go down again next week.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully I can see it better.
Well, it's going to be not dark.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I think that's what they were trying to imply too. Like the darkness is coming. So keep it so dark you can barely even see anything on your fucking TV.
That's right. You just hear the noises.
Yeah.
We had started before we started the show. You had said one of my favorite parts, as you had mentioned, yours was too, was the build up in the first maybe 15 minutes.
Yeah.
They're all just standing there and no one knows what's gonna. It's dark and you can't see what's happening.
Tension. Very
so
tense.
much tension. You're like, fuck.
What's gonna happen? When is it gonna happen?
Yep.
Who's gonna die? all that kind of shit.
Did you understand what happened with the Melisandre? Why did she go off into the field and die?
That was her thing. Like, she knew, like, her work was done for the Lord of Light. So I think what was happening, like, that necklace was what was keeping her young.
She's
super old. You take that off and just go out into the elements
and die. Huh. Very noble of her.
Mm-hmm. Surprising.
Totally not fuckable without the necklace, though.
I don't know.
You would?
Got a hole in a heartbeat.
Ah, yeah.
Wink, wink.
Okay, good point.
Just saying. Moving right along. Rodrigo Machado will close it out. It's time. Pound sign nuts roll. Pound sign Matt Rape Train. Pound sign English Sugar Daddy. You guys were in death row. I mean, like Suge Knight and Dr. Dre. Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah.
No. What would your guys' last meal be? And also, how would you guys like to go out? I'm in death row.
Death row. What's my last meal? Oh, man. That's a hard one. I'm going to have to probably go with a nice fucking, like, bone-in ribeye steak with a baked potato with, like, a fucking 2 pounds of butter on it.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe some Brussels sprouts. Big-ass glass of whiskey and a cigar. I think that's how I'd go out.
And then I like that. I need a dessert to top it off too.
Oh yeah,
like
dessert.
some kind of crazy.
Pecan pie or apple pie. Those are my choices. What are you thinking?
Well, I'm thinking about the things I would like to eat. I'd have probably a Illuminati's deep dish pizza because I can't fucking eat it. I might as well just eat that and just knock me out. I got an hour window after I eat something like gluten laden before I get fucked up. So I'd probably go that route. Because I can eat all the steak I want. So I want like a juicy ass pizza. And then how to go out? Just like fucking. There's a big fuck train.
Big fuck train.
Ladies.
Yeah,
because I'm in prison. Don't get any thoughts out there, you weirdos.
Yes. Good plan. I like the fuck train. It's good.
Okay. Buy or sell. What is the better movie based on a video game franchise? Mortal Kombat movie from 1995 or a Street Fighter movie from 1994?
Man, they're both not so great.
I don't remember seeing the Street Fighter movie. The Mortal Kombat movie, vaguely remember, and not good.
It wasn't great. I'm going to have to vote Street Fighter. I think they had hotter chicks in it, if I recall.
I didn't see that one. And then also, which of those two is your favorite video game franchise, and who is your favorite character?
I'm going to have to go with probably Mortal Kombat. I played a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
Sub-Zero.
I'd take, I think, Scorpion. Mortal Kombat, Scorpion.
Okay.
Because I liked his...
There's a new one out. That's
very... Mortal Kombat 11, I think.
Yeah, it's crazy. Keep that franchise going.
Yeah, it was cool in the arcade because I didn't mind just watching people playing it if they knew all the moves. Like, how do you know how to do all that shit? The fucking internet didn't exist.
Magazines.
Goddamn Mortal Kombat was, yeah. Like, holy shit, look at all this. Trying to figure out the finishing move. Like,
Yep.
Crazy. Champion, Gatekeeper, and Bellator. You know how this works, guys. Choose one to become a champion in his respective weight division, one to be a gatekeeper, and one you believe would do better in Bellator. This is middleweight edition.
Okay.
Luke Rockhold, Jacare, and Yoel Romero.
Rockhold is going to be gatekeeper.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
I know you don't like that.
I'm putting him in Bellator.
Jacare,
I want him all juiced to
Jacare is going to be champion. And who's the last one?
Yoel Romero.
Yeah, he's going to have to go to... no, I strike that, reverse it. I'm going to say Jacare to Bellator and Yoel Romero as champion.
Okay, I like Yoel Romero as champion. I'm putting Jacare as gatekeeper and Luke Rockhold in Bellators. I want to see Luke all... shit. I wouldn't mind seeing Yoel Romero more sauced up, though, in Bellator. That'd be crazy. Fucking just put all three of them in Bellator.
And fight each other to the death.
Where was Yoel before? Was he ever in Strikeforce? I remember Jacare. I remember Luke Rockhold in Strikeforce. I don't remember Yoel in Strikeforce.
No, he came over late.
Way late.
Yeah, way late.
They were trying to get him in forever.
Got visa issues or something, if I recall.
Champion versus contender game. Same as last show, guys. I take a former UFC champion, someone that he had defeated or lost to before, and ask if a fight between them would have a different outcome today. Today's former UFC champion is Tito Ortiz. So today, I ask you who would win if they fought. You have Tito Ortiz versus Ken Shamrock.
Probably Tito.
Probably. Barely.
I mean, no one wants to see that.
No. Tito Ortiz versus Vanderlei Silva.
Maybe Vanderlei Silva. If it's
I don't
Bellator.
know, CTE Vanderlei or CTE Tito.
He's got the flashlight, Matt. I will kill you.
I'd take Vanderlei Silva then, based on flashlightness. If he gets the flashlight back out, he wins. If no flashlight, I'm out. I want no part of this man.
How coked up was he to take that video? That's what I want to know.
I don't know. And who in his camp let him post it?
Right.
Like, who said this is a good idea?
Right.
Where's your PR, man?
Probably the same guy that allowed him to turn himself into a villain in Brazil against Chael Sonnen.
That all's adding up now, right?
Yes.
Like, oh, maybe we should have seen this happening. Fuck, Mary Kill, Celebrity Edition number 41. Hollywood, give me wood number 13. Elizabeth Hurley?
Oh, wow. It's still hot. How old is...
I don't know. I try to find the hottest
that's
picture.
nice, though.
But I think she's 52 and wearing bikinis and looking super hot.
That's good. I like it.
Lily Collins?
Yeah, okay. That's hard to tell what's
A
happening
little skinny.
in the front there.
And then Marion?
Cotillard?
Cotillard.
I don't know who that is,
I
but
don't know. Oh, I think she played Leonardo DiCaprio's wife in Inception.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to have to go ahead and marry that one, kill the one in the middle, and fuck Elizabeth Hurley.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will strike that and reverse it. Kill the middle one, banging the last one, and marry Miss Hurley.
Yeah? You like
Yep.
Elizabeth Hurley?
Yep.
She's got that dirty girl looking thing going on. Probably dirty in the bedroom.
Okay.
Dirty.
You have any knowledge?
No, other than, watch Game of Thrones because it's some good shit.
Yeah, this was the last season.
And if you guys have a show or something that we should be watching because Game of Thrones is ending, please send us information.
You got to watch the Cobra Kai on YouTube. Season 2 just came out. I got to get back in and watch that.
Okay.
First one was probably the best thing I'd watched. You know, if Game of Thrones is one, Cobra Kai is number 2.
So it's only on YouTube?
Yeah.
And not, I have to pay for it.
Well, I think you can get a 30-day subscription for free.
Oh.
It's on that YouTube Premium, I think.
Okay.
Because I'm going to just get in for another 30 days just to blow through Season 2.
Does it work on Xbox? No,
I don't know. Probably.
Okay.
That's going. Let's see what I got here. I always never know what I've put in here until I click it. Or try to click it. Oh, yeah. I need some volume here. Hang on. So, it's always these guys kicking bottles off of people's heads and shit.
It's not going to end well, is it?
Oh!
Jesus.
I knew that was happening.
Jesus, man.
I don't know who wanted to do that. He's just a bit inside.
It's a thud. Like,
Oh.
holy shit.
Down goes the price of beef.
It just went down. Boom. You took that pretty well, though, I got to say.
All right.
One more time.
Oh, he's fine. He's good.
Are they
It's
drunk?
on sand, probably.
I knew that was happening.
I knew that was gonna happen. Like an asshole, then why throw the kick? You're on sand. Probably don't have the right height. You're not gonna get any elevation. I knew you were doing that on purpose. And then there's this one. I don't know what the picture is. Felt cute. Might fuck your bitch later. I don't know.
What the like a dildo
Yeah.
with a cigarette in it?
Yeah. Looks like a person.
What the fuck, Matt? Where do you find this stuff?
The internet.
This guy. How many rabbit holes do you go down on a weekly
All
basis?
of them.
Wow. Okay.
Right? Try to.
You got to go deep to find some shit like that. Is that Twitter?
Might be, it's probably Reddit. Or wait, no, that was a Twitter thing. Smokey J MMA. We follow a lot of interesting people, and then I see shit popping off.
Okay.
That is it.
If you say so.
A Jew say so.
Yes.
So racist.
So racist.
You're the racist MMA guy. Right?
I have a
Most.
Jewish last name. You know, I could be Jewish.
You could be.
I look Jewish. Something. You don't see my You got
Your
my
Jew cap?
my cap over here.
Okay.
It's back here.
It's all good.
Okay.
Not racist.
That has been this week's edition of MMA Nuts. My name is Ingo Weigelt.
Matt Griffith. Thanks for playing.